Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We appreciate you guys stopping in. If you guys stopped in, you guys clicked on the link below, you guys know we're going to be talking about the big release from Polaris. Polaris has released the brand new RZR Pro R. They also released the RZR Turbo R. So we're going to be talking about both of these things, and we're going to be kind of comparing them with the RZR Pro XP. That's the one that I have now that's in the shop. We're going to be talking about the biggest things about these and that everybody's been talking about and wanting to see is the 2.0 liter, the 4-stroke, and to see how that thing handles. They were telling us this has about 200 horsepower. Well, now the stats came out. They're saying they have 225 horsepower to those puppies, which is 1,197 cc's on that. Now, the Turbo R still has the same motor as the Pro XP, and those are going to be about the same, guys. The 2-cylinder turbocharged motor in there, the same one the other one has. The transmissions are going to be the same across the board. There's no difference. And the next part will be the ground clearance. The Pro version has the 14.5 clearance on the front, and it has the high lifter arms. And the new ones, even the R versions, are coming with a 16-inch ground clearance. So it'll give you a little bit more, but we could jump in. There's a couple different reasons for that. And they're going with a boxing trailing A-arm on there instead of the regular high lifters that they have on the regular Pro. Also, guys, the tires are going to go from a 30-inch on the Pro XP. The R versions are going to have a 32-inch, the Rampage tire. They're still made by Max, but you know, the 2 inches of the clearance there, plus the suspension is going to give you that extra difference anyways. So you're going to go from the 14.5 all the way up to a 16 ground clearance. And off to the suspension part of it, guys, we're going to be talking about that for a sec. They're adding on the Ultima versions, they're going to add the Rock one. They got the Baja, they have Trail, and they have Comfort. So they're going to have a couple different things that you can actually lock them in. So with that, you know, I mean, it'll give you a little bit more comfort and see how it rides. And if you're into rock climbing, you know, you can switch it over just for that. So if you're like most of us, you do a lot of all-around riding, and this will help you out with that. And with the electronic suspension, they're actually going to go from the Fox 2.5 to the new 3.0 version of the shocks that are going to be on there. And with the shocks and the lift tire, they're actually going to go from a 20-inch wheelbase travel all the way up to a 24.5. And so that'll give you a few more inches there to, you know, worth of ground clearance. If you're like most of us, you guys are like driving through the rocks or driving through areas. When we were at Drummond Island, you would hit a few of the water holes and you'd be like, bam, bam, bam. You'd hit the bumps. Hey, 4 inches is a lot of extra ground clearance that'll help you guys out. Okay, guys. Now we're going to talk about the most important thing. The video is pricing. You know, how deep of pockets do you guys actually have? As we know, the RZR Pro XP Ultima is right around $31,000 right now, which is high. Also, if you're going to go to the RZR Turbo R Ultima, that one is $33,000 out the door. Just kidding, that's not even out the door. That's just the base pay before you have to pay the shipping, crate, fees, taxes, your dealership fees, and all that. And now we're going to move on to the RZR Pro R Ultima. That one is right now, they have it marked at $38,000. That's not even their little deluxe Ultima one that has at $40,000. That's a lot of money to be putting out for a 225 horsepower. But hey, if you got the money, I guess you can buy it. And for a majority of the other part, I mean, it's a little bit longer. The wheelbase on the R's are going to be 74 inches. So they're pretty much using the wheelbase of the S's on there, you know, the Turbo S's. And the Pro only has about 68, guys. So after looking at the pricing, a lot of it's going to come down to is how deep your pockets is. That's a $7,000 difference from the low one to the high one without extras, add-ons, or anything else, guys. So do you want to spend almost $40,000 by the time you get your taxes and your fees and everything out the door? Or do you want to spend about $33,000? A lot of it's going to come down to how you're riding, how much money you have. If you're living in Michigan like we do, if you have a 1000 XP, most of that will keep up with anybody else in the trails because there's a lot of turns and stuff. You're not going to have to spend that extra money. But But if you go out to like Silver Lake or one of these big sand dune places, you want the extra speed to keep up with the friends, just to look cool. Hey, spend the $40,000 if you got it. But besides that, you might want to stay with something, you know, a little bit lower. Depends on your budget. But that's about all we got on this one, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you liked it, like it. If you don't, hit dislike. See you guys in the next video.